Hey YouTube, my name is Mike Meyer. This is one of my first videos ever, so please bear with me a little bit. This video is about 75 hard and how it ruined me. A little bit about me: I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. I lived there until I was 16 years old. Was always a bigger kid, not super fat, but definitely not fit and skinny. Wasn't one of the popular kids. Um, Moved to Southern Oregon at 16 and stayed about the same, but had a little bit of a growth spurt. So still had to end up cutting weight to make it in the United States Marine Corps. So for that, I cut down to about 212 pounds, just enough to get me in there. After boot camp, I was down to 178 pounds and was fairly healthy. Um, After hitting the fleet, I managed to hurt my shoulder. I had to have 3 shoulder surgeries on my left shoulder, and then used it as an excuse to not PT and to kind of get fat and lazy. Um, I made it through the Marine Corps, spent 5 years in, got out with shoulder injury and back injury, and again, used it as an excuse. Got out in 2005. Met my wife in 2006, got married in 2007. I had gotten up to 240-ish pounds. From there, again, just didn't take care of myself and was eating what I wanted, not really doing any kind of exercise or taking care of myself, and didn't really care. Fast forward to 2018, and somehow I had made it up to 340 pounds of just kind of bleh. There's always an excuse, there's always a reason, there was always something, and I was kind of miserable. I was playing frisbee with my niece at one point in 2018 and severed a tendon in the bottom of my foot, my right foot, and had to have surgery on it. And that was kind of the turning point for me. It wasn't the injury, it wasn't the surgery, it was really finding Brian Shaw's YouTube channel. So I found his YouTube channel. Brian Shaw is 4 times world's strongest man, and actually currently the strongest man on earth after his last competition. But I found his YouTube channel, and there was something about him and strongman that was just, it resonated with me. It was genuine. Brian's genuine. He's a great guy. And that just kind of sparked something in me to get in shape, to start doing something. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm sitting in my gym right now. I told my wife after finding his YouTube channel and my foot healing that I want to build a small gym in the backyard, which I have successfully done, and it's invaded the garage and stuff like that as well. But from 2018 till 2023, so June 2023, I went from 340 pounds down to about 290 pounds. I'd also put on a lot of muscle, so I was stronger then than I'd ever been before, with dropping all the fat as well, and I felt pretty good about myself. I had heard about 75 Hard, and Andy Frisella, started listening to him early 2023. I heard about him through the Shaw Elite Club, which I belong to. One of the club members on there was talking about Andy and the podcast and stuff like that, so I started listening to it. He kept talking about 75 Hard, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to try. I thought of it as a challenge and something that I could do. I set the date for June 1st. So started 75 Hard, felt great about it. The first couple of days was no problem. It took some getting used to, some adjustments, but I'd already had the mindset, and I'd already been preparing for it, and I was ready to start. I started off strong. I went strong, and then right around day 17, I kind of woke up and asked myself why. So, you know, I've already done 17 days of this. I know I can do it. Why would I keep going? And then I referred back to the podcast and listened to Andy talk about your inner bitch voice, and I decided to silence it. I continued on with the program and went from there. Everything was going great until day 25 through 27. Again, just kind of a mental block. Woke up and didn't really know why, but decided to push through it. At that point, I was almost a third of the way through it. I was feeling great. I was dropping weight, and yeah, I was super happy with it. Just there's always that nagging voice of why am I doing this? But I decided to continue on. Day 47, about halfway through, I hit another wall. Feeling great about it, but everybody I had talked to or listened to had talked about how much 75 Hard had changed their life. And I'd had some physical transformation stuff, but that's all I could see at the time. I wasn't stepping back far enough away from it to see because I was still in the middle of it. But I decided to continue on because I'm hard-headed and I didn't want to give up on something that I committed to, and I publicly committed to it too, which was great because I had a lot of people ask me about it all the time, and it made it to where I had to continue on. Day 58, another one of those mornings where I woke up and was considering my life choices and why I wanted to do it, and I figured, you know what, I'm this far, I might as well keep going. So there's a whole lot of self-doubt in there and wondering why I was doing it, and to be honest, there was a lot of can I do it in there, and I pushed through. I managed to push through, and these are all mile markers that somebody had warned me about previously that I thought there was no way that these were going to happen, but they did. I don't know if it's because they put it in my head or if it's just the way it happens, but you're going to self-doubt with anything you do, and this one was no different for me. Day 75, I woke up super excited. I was almost done with the program. I couldn't wait to be done with the program. And I thought that, you know, there's gonna be some magical change that happened the next morning, and couldn't wait for it. So I went to bed day 75 after completing all tests, felt pretty good about myself, woke up the next morning and felt exactly the same. There wasn't really a sense of accomplishment. There wasn't really, you know, I don't know, it was weird. It felt the exact same as day 1 all the way through day 75. It felt the same to the point where I still did all the tasks for 75 Hard on day 76. From there, I did go on a trip, went to the Shaw Classic to see Ryan Shaw win the strongest man on earth competition. I kind of had a couple bad meals there, but tried to maintain the water intake, brought a book with me to read, tried to do my 2 workouts a day, even though they were just walking around leveling Colorado. But even during those couple meals I had that were not great for me, I felt guilty about it, and I felt like I was doing something wrong. Towards the end of the week, I kind of put that out of my head a little bit, but then it was time to come home. So I came home, and everything was just as it was previously. Still doing 75 Hard, still doing everything, making sure I was reading, I was still taking pictures of myself, though not through the app, just on my phone. Still doing my water, still drinking I think I was up to about 1.5 gallons a day at that point, and just trying to find myself. And that's when it kind of clicked with me. The program had ruined me because the mental idleness that I used to have prior, to where I could just kind of space out and do whatever, was now filled with a sense of needing to accomplish something, mentally, physically, financially, life, whatever it may be. It turned my brain into, it gave me an entrepreneurial mindset instead of just the coasting through life, being okay with whatever hit me, and, you know, just doing whatever. Physically, I still am working on my body image, my self-body image. It's always been a little bit off. I am currently at 258 pounds. So started 75 Hard at 291, 292 pounds, down to 258. It's pretty good. I'm happy with the progress. I mean, as of now, this is October 28th, and I started 75 Hard June 1st of this year. So steady progress. I am continuing on with the Live Hard program, and I will be doing 75 Hard again, probably February, around that time frame. But I just want to just give some people some advice. If you're interested in this, and if you made it through my babbling this far, then you're interested in the program, you're thinking about the program. So my advice to you is don't wait for the right time, because you're never going to find the right time. If you want to do it. Find somebody that'll do it with you. My wife did it with me, and we held each other accountable. We both adhered to the zero compromise. There was no compromise in any of our programs, or what we did, or what we ate, or anything like that. And there were times where, end of the day, we're both looking around saying, we haven't completed our gallon of water, so we have to drink half a gallon of water before we go to bed, just to make sure that, you know, we hit the program. No compromise. Yeah, get out there, do it. If by chance you fail the first time, pick it up immediately again. Don't take a couple days off. Don't do whatever it is. If you have one cheat meal, in case you have the program, or you miss your water, or you miss your picture, hop back in there immediately, do it, complete it. And you know, it's amazing what it's done for me, both physically, and I hadn't seen the mental part of it until after the program. But I went from my blissful ignorance to wanting to achieve something, be more, and just improve everything overall. So hopefully this helped. If anybody has any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I will hop on and answer them from time to time. Thanks for your time, and enjoy the program.